Okay, good morning everybody. We are back bright and early. Sun is just coming up. It's still quiet here, so what I wanted to do real quick, I wanted to say good morning to Ruben, the Broncos fan from Arizona. He reached out to Donna. I guess your wife reached out to Donna, talking a little bit, so Donna agreed. Okay, we'll say good morning to Ruben. So Ruben, this video is for you. You're not alone here though. We also have Tina from California, Maryland. Tina owns Bambi's Closets, and she sent me this t-shirt. I love this t-shirt. I have a couple of things in my closet that are not covered in concrete, and this shirt is going to be one of them. I'm just starting the video with it. I'm not going to work in this today. This is going to get folded up, put in my truck, and I save this for when we go out at night. I wear my good clothes. I'm kidding, but Bambi, or Tina, I love it. Thank you very much. Reach out to Donna, and let's get about 3 or 4 more dozen for some giveaways. You guys can work out the details. Come on, let's get started. Okay, perfect time. Mixing up. What do we got here? 7:12. So Tony would have been here 15 minutes ago. I'm not sure what happened, but Bill's a great driver. We're glad he's here. Just 15 minutes behind schedule. We will make that time up very quickly. I'll get the camera set up over in that corner. You can watch us buggy the concrete down and get it in. I'll put you on time lapse. Talk to you in a little bit. As I always try and point out, we have chairs underneath our wire and rebar holding this up. So we put that around the perimeter when we're not buggying in here. We're going to bring buggies up and dump from both sides. No need to get them in this pad. Here we have to cross over. So we put blocking underneath, and we'll bridge right over that onto the mat, turn, and dump. That's the plan. Let's see how it works out. First pad done. You can see it went really well. I'll get you a close-up of going over our bridge. It's working out really good. Power buggies are good. If you're going to buy one, definitely get them with tracks. Never touch the form. Rotate on the mat, doesn't hurt the aggregate, doesn't hurt our wire. Let's get one more here, then we'll turn that. Keep breaking the wire mat. Little staging area. Hang on, Vic. Okay, let's get one more here. Dylan's second day back from college. Maybe we can talk him into staying full time. Okay. We'll be pulling our spreader in a second. Now that we have some concrete against it, we'll start tapping the pins out, and you can watch us pull this form out. Okay, I gotta get to work. Okay, there it is, 16 yards, 15 yards. We had a yard left over. Steven and Dylan went to pour some street walk. We had one buggy left over, so we just spread it on our aggregate. Now we'll put our wire mesh right on top of that. A little bit of cleanup, get a sip of coffee. We'll talk to you real soon. How many yards is this, Matt? 8? I'd say 8 yards will do it. We'll get that coming real soon. get this project wrapped up. On to the next one. You think this one's neat? Wait till you see the next one. Side's nice and straight. Good. I hate seeing these when they have bows in them. Crooked. I think 8, Jim. Yeah. Just a guess. I didn't measure it up exactly yet. Okay, the guys just get spread out on the concrete. It was ready down here first. A little bit of bleed water on, excuse me, over the house. That was in the shade this morning. I was just setting up a little bit slower. These guys are just making their way onto number truck 2. Everybody just picks a path and heads that direction. Edging our expansion joint. Now no saw cutting needed. We get same day protection. And it looks nice when we picture frame everything. I'm going to finish our cuts. Now these, you can see my mark comes straight across here to be straight, but that's going to be a problem area right here. So I'm going to go from right where Jim is, that intersection, and we'll just give it a slight angle right to the center of this arc right here. So a slight turn on that will look nice. Same on that one. We'll give that a slight turn as well. And this will be more of a turn. Scratch that. This is coming here. Let me think about that. And then maybe turn it off to this sidewalk. I like that. We'll clip that off. And I might add a cut here. Yep, that's the plan. Okay, there it is. Matt's finishing up 2 feet of edge mark. All done. We made pretty good time. 9:25. Mixer is due at 10 o'clock for this. So we have a half an hour to get tidied up around here a little bit. Grab a drink of water, sip of coffee. See you real soon. Okay, our last truck just showed up. We are all ready to go. What we were all working on over here, you see I had some sod stockpiled up on this bank. So we just go along with a shovel and cut it into 12-inch by 12-inch chunks. Good. Then you can just grab it, pick it up, and just place it in and take care of this void. That way we don't want to leave it like this for the homeowners. We want to leave it more like that. A little bit of raking. Get out of your way there. Just kind of place it and just build off of that. It's not perfect, but it looks a lot better than leaving it all rough. So actually it looks real nice. We'll rake that dirt down a little bit. Okay, let's get poured. Okay, there it is. Just finished pouring. Went real quick. The other power buggy, I don't know if you caught that in the video, it dumped, but it wouldn't dump. The linkage must have come off inside, so we'll take the cage off. It's probably something simple. Hey, pumpers, you have problems too, right? So everything has its plus and minus. A little bit of cleanup. Look at that sky. So we clean up in our buggies, and we have a hillside down there we can dump, and nobody will ever know it. What else do I want to talk about here real quick? Everything's just keeps being brought forward, making its way to the truck. Okay, before I get too far behind, there is our cut pattern. We have a center cut on this old apron, so off of that we took our Y. That way it doesn't hairline off of that and crack the new concrete. When it comes to these edges on the 45, we always take our joint, our float, and cut it in just a little bit deeper and reopen. What that does, this little hairline, and it makes it's easier for it to crack turning out, right like that. So if you do that, now it assures the crack will stay inside our tool cut where we want it to be. Mind your way.
A little bit.
I had to add that one over by Tommy, but this is a key place where it wants to crack right off of these corners. It gets pinched, things want to move, and you'll see a hairline crack. So tool cut off of that, and that gives these a place to go. Okay, get it cleaned up. We are almost out of here. Okay, Steven, Dylan, and I are going to get on the road. I'll leave the camera with these guys, and they'll bring you the rest of the way home. As always, thanks for tuning in to Conquer with the Hosses. Matt, here comes the camera heading your way.
Let me think I can run with one hand. No.
Need help?
No, I'm good.
So it was a little bit too rainy out to go do demo. So came up here to Tom's house. He's working on his bar and barbecue area. So Tom, do you think that's a big enough bar? But he'll never be missing counter space. So this is all nice and level. This has some fall on it. So I got this the other day, perfect application for it, from Lasco Laser Level Company. They sent me this. Let's get it opened up, and I think you're really gonna like this product. Okay, I'll get it opened up here and tell you a little bit about it.
Should I run down and get 1/4 inch?
I have some in the garage.
Oh, good.
Yeah, leftover from Emily's project upstairs and just around the shop area. Look, there's some 1/4 inch plywood. Very nice carrying case. It comes with a USB port charger and a mounting bracket. It's really packed in there nice. It only fits in one way, which is great. Hey Finny, you going bike riding? All right. So there it is, nice and bright. So it broadcasts a line. I'll show you all the lines it hits. Okay, so what we're going to use it for mostly in our basements it broadcasts a line at 4 inches up, 360 degrees. So if we set this on our footer, well, you can't see that. So I think that's a good angle for you. So why I like this laser, if we set that in our basements, it broadcasts a line at 4 inches up. Right on my tape measure. And you can see how we can just go along. If this was a basement wall, we could chalk a line all around the perimeter. And set our heights. We can mark our stanchion posts. And just a nice bright. So it also does verticals, 90 degrees. and it shoots a beam. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it. It's a little bit too light on, but I got a green line overhead as well as an intersection point. So that's why I like this product. Anybody in construction should have this in their truck or van. So if I set this right here, the patio out here, because of rain and snow blowing in, has fall on it. So we want this nice and level. So we use these all the time, you know, that works. Okay, so I just have the laser setting right here. As you can see, I hope you can see, 3 5/8 hits the tape measure. Check the middle, 3 5/8. And one last time, turn this a little bit more for you. 3 5/8, perfect. Go ahead and screw that home right there. Get a broadcast line on those, so I can take my pencil, mark that. Okay, so you can see how nice that, and easy, you know. Can't say enough about it. Okay, I just wanted to bring you over here and show you this a little bit darker of a corner. Not that I'm using it here, I just wanted to show you. The laser setting up out of level, it gives you a warning. Flashing, something's wrong, out of level, get it corrected. Okay, so they're laying stone over here in the corner. This is a fireplace area. So I just brought it over just to show the guys what we had. Magnetic mounting bracket, and you can plus or minus this, rolling this up and down the scale. There it is. You can see the broadcasted line all the way around. I won't get you in the picture, Don. I'm blocking you out. So, green line, you can adjust it wherever you're putting your stone, following lines. Isn't that slick? You guys like it? Yes. And again, you can see the verticals up as well as down. So if you're trying to square something, many uses. So I hope this is helpful. As always, if I like it, I'm glad to bring it into the channel. Where can I get the name? Right there. So there's a good picture of it. Check us out. Get you a nice discount. Okay, so with the laser set up right here, broadcasting a beam, I have this longer board to put on, and Tommy had to run to the hardware store, so to do it by yourself, not a big deal. I got my blocking on, started my screws where they all go, and I came down 4 inches. That can set on there. That's a little bit lower than I need it, and I'll show you why. So I'll set you right back here. Broadcasting a laser right here. So I know my number down is 4 1/16. So 4 1/16 down. Right in place. I can just work my way right down. I hope you can see that on my tape measure, how easy that is. Right there, 4 1/16. Run a screw. Back. 4 1/16. I'll give you a close-up if you can't see it. Might have to adjust this beginner. It needs to come up a little bit. Four and a 16th. Perfect. So again, that way we got around this post. Hopefully you can see that. 4 and a 16th. 4 and a 16th. Up a bump. Okay, I'll bring you along with me. 4 and a 16th. 4 and a 16th. And 4 and a 16th. There it is, 4 and a 16th. I might come up at night and set this up again and just show you. I want to make sure you got a good visual on that. So go ahead and finish this out. One last look. Last scoot level. Check them out. Okay, there's the laser beam right there on the edge, holding true the whole way down. Okay. Got the sink in place, cut a hole in the plywood, put these spacers in here. Tom's taping this up to protect. We don't want any concrete oozing under our cutout. So this is an undermount sink. Now this gets positioned right there, and we can run 4 screws and cast all around it. So one more look at it. Some plywood cut flush, nice and tight. These are not moving during the pour. Good. Good. Tape that up. Okay. So we'll get that closed up. We put 1/4-inch plywood in here. Now we're going to drape plastic all through here. This will be a 12-inch cantilevered edge. 2 inches of stone. This is 14.5 inches. 2 inches of stone, 1/2 inch of liner, 12-inch cantilevered edge. All the way around. We have broken stone liner, and I'm going to go pick up some 3-inch. This is 2.5. We're going to use it on the wall over there. We'll just lay the liner in. That'll give us a nice soft corner. That way as you're walking and you hit a rib, nobody hits their side or their little kids hit their forehead on that. Right around there. And then these, we're going to soften those out just a little bit bigger like that. In here, what do you think, Tom? Radius everything, or you want to do squares in here? We could determine that in a little bit. That versus that. How would that look here? So we might want to do cuts in here. We have a bunch of little pieces. So we are almost ready to pour. All of Tom's bracing. We don't want this flexing at all. For about a month, maybe even longer, these braces will stay here. We don't want to lean on this and flex that and get a hairline crack right along here. This needs to be fully cured, nice and strong. In my basement bar, I actually put some corbels underneath here to help support that. So probably look at doing something. Are you going to do the steel bars in here too? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that's coming together nice. We'll just tape over these little tiny holes. We just use scrap plywood for that. Grill cutout. And then this gets a flat stone, which he doesn't have yet. So we'll just cut this concrete out when he gets it. A flat stone or black stone? I think it's a flat top. Flat top. Okay. So we'll get a couple more things done here. I'll give you another update. Go over reinforcement, poured in place countertops. Just securing that down so nothing shifts during the pour. So this is 2-inch foam I cut on the, go ahead.
No, I should have put plastic on first.
Peel that up. So this is 2-inch insulation board foam that I cut on the table saw, and I just took the sander and radiused these edges off, and then I used packing tape. So this is nice and smooth. Wait till you see how nice that edge comes out. Whoop. Boys are getting the go-kart fired up. Okay, talk to you soon. Okay, just putting the last little bit of step liner in place. We want nice tight fits so you see good, you don't see a big gap here. Now on the corners, we'll just clean this up with a grinder and it'll look real nice. Same thing here as well. You have a little bump like that, not a big deal. If we pull these off wet, you can take your finger or a sponge and soften that down. If we pull them the next day, I'm filming here. If we pull these the next day, you can just touch that with a grinder and knock it right off. So you can see we put plastic down, taped it to the wall, ran it up and over our form. Why we did that? A couple different reasons. We're pouring on top of plywood, as well as 2x4s to create our cantilevered edge. Now that wood product will suck moisture out of the concrete and weaken it. So we want the concrete to stay as wet as it can for as long as it can. A nice slow cure gives you the strongest concrete. The cement slurry and water, we don't want dripping through our gaps in the plywood and our cantilevered edge and messing up Tom's patio. So it'll keep everything cleaner, dry slower, and one last benefit, it adds like a slip factor to the concrete. As this concrete dries, it's going to want to shrink ever so slightly, and the plastic will allow that to happen. If it can't shrink, then of course it'll crack somewhere, usually off the corners of the sink, usually in the center. Anything that stops the concrete from shrinking is most likely where it'll crack. So 3 benefits to pouring on top of plastic. Okay, that's about it for today. It's getting pretty late. Heading home. We're going to pour those countertops either later this week or the following of next week. So make sure you come back and see the countertop in place pour, not pour in the shop and deliver. We're going to do those on site in place. We haven't done one of those in years, so I'm happy to video that and bring it to everybody as well. As always, thanks for tuning in to Conquer with the Hosses. See you on the next one.